All right, let's try to make this as quick as possible. Now, this is a video that's overdue, talking about masculine frame. So let's get into it. What does it mean to keep up a masculine frame? Well, usually when you break masculine frame, well, keeping your frame in general is keeping your mood, keeping your mode, keeping your composure, more or less. So if I'm talking with a girl and I'm like keeping my masculine frame and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's nice. All right, cool. Breaking masculine flame, I'll be like, yeah, cool. Girl, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Doing something crazy, doing some wow, off the wall shit. Or like if you talking and you laugh goofy, like, oh shit, girl. You're funny as hell. You know, you just start getting real goofy and it's no congruence, meaning like you trying to be masculine, cool, and sexy, but then it breaks. Now, if you know you don't have like a masculine frame overall and you don't have a manly frame, and you give into her frame, meaning like you break frame, something that you was already on, to give into her frame. And when you give into her frame, it's like you're being silly and goofy and you're following her lead, right? So when you keep in your masculine frame, there's a lot of different situations and why you can keep your why keeping in your masculine frame is important. And one of the main reasons why it's important is there's a lot of different ramifications. When you are staying in your masculine frame, when you stay solid, when you're not overly emotional, you allow your girl to go into her feminine frame. It's like yin and yang. If you're not in your masculine frame, right, then she's not going to be in her feminine frame. You can't give into her antics. You can't give into all the loud, crazy behavior. You have to stay composed. And even if you do get a little angry, because you're human, it might happen, you still stay masculine while doing that, right? So you're always keeping your masculine frame. And it's important because usually when a woman doesn't respect you, or she loses some type of respect, she doesn't think you're a leader, or she's not allowed to be her feminine self around you because you're overly emotional and you react to everything, usually you're not keeping your masculine frame, right? For example, I have a client who told me recently, he said, his girl doesn't feel feminine around him, and she feels more feminine around another female. Not saying that that woman's keeping a masculine frame, but she's allowed to be her feminine self. She's allowed to complain. She's allowed to talk and chatter and just be really girly and not have somebody reacting and also being emotional and girly and matching her energy. You don't want to do that. She's being feminine and girly and you're being cool. All right. Babe, how come you don't talk to me? How come you're not listening? I'm listening. Why are you not I'm here and talk to... I'm listening. What is it? Talk to me. Why are you acting like that? She's being girly. She's in her feminine frame. She's being a girl. You're staying masculine, right? Not, oh, babe, you don't pay me attention. All right, what's good? I'm trying to talk to you. No, I'm done now. No, I'm trying to talk to you. Like, I don't want to, I'm trying to talk to you, bitch. Like, you're getting crazy. No, keep your composure. Masculine frame, you know what I'm saying? And that's where my client went wrong. But you don't always want to react, right? And you got to understand when you get, and some women might try to test you. They will test you. But you have to not give them power, right? Because when you give them power, they know how to press your buttons. And when they can press your buttons, especially if you react to every little fucking thing like a bitch, no offense to anybody, but you need to stop. If you react to every little thing like a bitch, it's like, dude, like she can't even fucking be a female because you're right on par with her. Just because you're not screaming, yelling, and acting feminine, you can be aggressive. They're aggressive, emotional men, right? These are the type of men when they get upset and angry that they lash out and maybe want to hit a female. Or they lash out and get really aggressive and punch walls and do crazy shit and just act irrational because they have no self-composure. And that's really what it's about, having composure over your emotions, right? What you want to do is take away her power. When she says little things, and this is why I tell guys, don't show jealousy, don't react. When she's saying things that are offensive, when she's saying things that are, trying to make you jealous, you don't react. You say, okay. You can say little smart things. Oh, okay. Oh, the dude that you said somebody was trying to talk to you at work. Okay. So basically, you got a date. When's the date? Right? And obviously, I'm like, wow, you don't care. No, it's not that I don't care. I mean, like, you're telling me. I don't want to overreact. I don't actually expect you to go on a date, but I mean, I don't know. Well, how do you feel about it? I mean, you're telling me you don't sound like, You don't want to overreact. You just want to stay composed and be like, oh, okay, so what happened? Would you tell him? Okay, he tried to talk to you. Even if you don't want to be sarcastic about it, because that's me personally. You can just be like, oh, okay, so what happened? You guys, did you give him your number? Like, what's the rest of the story? Oh, okay. Well, you can kindly delete that or whatever that is, because I think that's highly inappropriate for you to even still be communicating with this guy. Unless that's what you want and we can just communicate with other people while we're in a relationship. That's perfectly fine. But you let me know, right? You don't want to react. And when you give her power is when you say, oh, and she says, oh, this guy asked for my number. The fuck? Why is this guy asking for your number? Oh, he wanted to talk to me. He said I was beautiful. What the fuck? What? And you start smashing shit and throwing shit. Just fuck that. Who the fuck is this guy? And now she knows how to push your button. And in the back of her head, she said, oh, okay. He don't like when other guys talk to me. I know next time he fuck with me, I know how to make him mad. We're going to press this button. This button right here, that makes him act crazy. Now you're giving her power over you because now she can manipulate your emotions. Because you lost composure, you didn't stay in your masculine frame. You have to keep the masculine frame. So when you don't do that, you're not giving her power. You're not allowing her to make you emotional. You're not reacting. And some guys think that they need to react. They think that girls love drama. There are times and places and things that you can do to be toxic in a good way, but you can still keep your masculine frame. Because now you're not acting like a bitch. You're not being overly emotional to where now she knows how to control you. She can do things and say things to make you upset. You understand how helpless a woman feels, and she can do nothing but submit, where she's the one always emotional and you're calm, cool, and collected, and you're just like, okay. She's going to naturally be in her feminine frame. This happens all the time. It happens with girls I talk to. One of the last girls that I talked to, she was saying she always dealt with overly emotional men, overreacting, always pulling up and popping up at her job. And it put her in a place where she couldn't be emotional. But with me, I wasn't as emotional. I was always calm, cool, and collected. And it allowed her to be more feminine. And she was more feminine and more emotional with me than she's ever been with anyone else. Ever than she's ever been with. It's because I stayed composed and I didn't react, and I wasn't super emotional, and I wasn't super reacting to everything, and I stayed in my masculine frame, right? So I allowed her to open up like she's never been before. It kind of fucked her over a little bit, but she was a liar anyway. She was doing her own thing. I don't think she was fucking other people, but that's a whole nother story. Ask for a story time if you want to hear that one. And just not being super emotional, and it's the key to keeping your masculine frame, right? Stay masculine, not being super, and don't give into if you can't keep a masculine frame, if you're going to give into all this bullshit nowadays with LGBTQ and toxic masculine, don't give into that bullshit. It's bullshit because look at divorce rates, right? And women are leaving men all willy-nilly, right? And the men that are quote unquote alpha, right? These men usually have these characteristics, and they're usually not over emotional, very rational. And the men that are emotional, these are the men who get the short end of the stick, so to say. And, breaking your masculine frame is just doing things outrageous, almost feminine, like, that's why I say gay guys, they have like very feminine qualities. They like this, and they do things that are not very masculine. They seem very feminine. They have a feminine frame, right? And that's the prime example. So when you are in your masculine frame, it's not always strictly behavior, but just how you react and not being emotional and staying composed. And obviously behavior and characteristics and little things that you do matter. You can be funny sometimes, and it's okay. Sometimes you might break frame, like you might do a goofy ass like, oh yeah, girl, oh shit, and then you realize, oh shit, let me get it back. Yeah, no, for real. I know. That was really, you're funny. And then you laugh, like you do a cool look. That was really, you know what I'm saying? You do a cool little laugh and not just get crazy.